Hey, welcome to this episode of Meet Your Hometown Attorneys. And guys, I can't thank you enough for letting me be here again. Of course, it's Doug Mann and Mike Dyer, and we appreciate you being here and watching. Thanks very much, and I'm learning a lot on these shows.
Well, good.
I mean, it's good. You're enlightening me, so that's good, and the folks at home. Hey, let's talk about, first of all, the firm, 25 years. What kind of cases do you guys handle?
Well, we started off by handling auto accident cases, and then dog bites, slip and falls, premise cases, and we did that for many years. And over the last several years, we've added a workers' compensation department and a Social Security disability department, in addition to a mass tort department, which Mike can tell you about.
Yeah, we've expanded into doing products liability, like things like defective cars. We're also doing defective drugs, drugs where the manufacturer lies to the FDA to get approval of the drug, and then the drugs end up injuring people. So we're handling a lot of defective drug cases. You can look at our website to see which ones we're handling now. We also handle defective products, medical products, such as hips, defibrillators, things like that.
Right, and the workman's comp department, you were telling me earlier that people were asking for this for a while.
Oh, for 20 years, and we just were so focused on just personal injury, but all of our clients were saying, they didn't like their workers' compensation attorney they had. Why don't you guys open it up? And we're so glad we did, because now we're able to help many, many more people, and we're the fastest growing workers' comp department in Ohio. Right. So we're very proud of that. We have 3 great attorneys in that area, and they really take care of their clients. So.
And the nice thing is, because when an injured worker gets hurt, they end up losing their paycheck, and they don't have money for family expenses, food, clothing, that sort of thing. So we need somebody to get in there quickly and try to get them awarded a permanent partial award or a wage continuation award.
And that's, I'm sure, one thing you don't want to go it alone with the Bureau of
You
Workers'
can't. It's a very confusing system, actually.
I bet. So that's good. You guys are handling that. And one phone call, you'll take all my worries away.
Just call us up and we'll take it over right away.
And the other thing, too, Jim, is we're doing a lot of Social Security stuff where we're helping a lot of veterans who have PTSD, those type of things. And Social Security is another very important part of our practice.
And another thing you don't want to go it alone with,
No,
Social Security.
no.
Anything with
It's almost impossible to at this point.
bureaucracy and all that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. A lot of red tape.
All right, so this scenario, let's bring up a scenario here. So I'm in an accident. What shouldn't I do, first of all?
Well, you shouldn't call another law firm. No, I'm good.
The
thing is, he did. But first of all, if you're injured, you got to get treatment.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people, hopefully they're not injured, but if you have an injury, whether it be a back or a broken leg, whatever, get to the hospital, get to your doctor, check out, because a lot of people go home after an accident. We've seen this where they're banged up and they're bruised and they're hurt, and they get up the next day and they take Tylenol for a couple of weeks and they think it's going to go away, and then they go to the doctors. The insurance company takes that 2-week gap and say, well, it's not from the car accident, it's from something else. And all of a sudden the case is, it's hard to dig out that hole.
It's what we call our silent sufferers. My mom is one of those type of people.
Yeah.
She had a fall where she hurt her knee. She spent a month without going to the doctor, then she ended up having to have surgery. And unfortunately, I was unable to prove it came from that accident, because there's sort of intervening time between her injury and going to the doctor.
And they look for every little thing.
They do, and then also if a doctor prescribes physical therapy, make sure you show up at your physical therapy. Don't miss appointments. I know kids and family obligations, a lot of times it's hard, or maybe you your car still don't have a rental car from the accident. You got to find a way to make all your appointments, because if you don't, they say you don't mitigate your own damages, therefore they blame you. They'll do anything to limit the value of the case. And it's not to say that all insurance companies are horrible or all insurance adjusters are horrible. It's changed a lot over the years.
Yeah, it really has. It used to be that insurance adjusters could use a humanistic aspect to their decisions. They had the ability to say, man, I really believe this person. Unfortunately, now it's all computerized. Insurance adjusters, who are really basically good people, just don't have the ability to do what's right.
Right. So there's some of the things. And don't sign anything. When an insurance adjuster comes into your hospital room, you're groggy, what have you.
Oh, no, we've seen stories that are horrible, and where they come right after the surgery and they get somebody, give them a check for $1,000, give them a sign, and the case is over. And the people come to us a couple weeks later and say, can you help us? We're like, oh my gosh. And they don't even remember signing sometimes. I mean, again, it's not all insurance companies, but these cases have happened many, many times over the years.
Sneaky, man.
It's very sneaky, yes.
Well, quickly, then the first thing to do, we talked about what not to do, but to call you guys, call the Tiger, get the Tiger on.
We'll call a good lawyer, and I think we're very good lawyers, as our ratings seem to indicate.
Yeah, and then quickly, the origin of get the Tiger on your side now, and that's all about being aggressive when you have to be aggressive.
Yeah, we've always, one of our taglines, smart, tough attorneys. We're fighting a huge industry worth billions of dollars, these insurance companies. So we're ready to fight them, and we've got the power and resources to do it, and we love representing injured people and taking care of them, turning their lives around.